Do you know that most people will never reach their dreams and their goals because of fear? Because they're scared of failing. And the thing that I don't understand is, what is failure? My name's Chris Naugle, the founder of Flip Out Academy and the Real Estate Money School. Also, I was a former financial advisor until I sold my practice for 16 years. And I studied the markets. I studied stocks and patterns and everything that goes along with Wall Street. But what I've also done is I've done hundreds of flips, hundreds of real estate deals, from flips to rentals to wholesale deals. And then what I've done is I've been able to figure out Wall Street and bring it to Main Street for you. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about failure. We're going to talk about that big thing called fear. You see, let's take a trip back into my past. In 2008, when the whole market fell apart, I almost went bankrupt. I was literally 2 months away from going completely bankrupt. I was in the middle of developing a strip mall that I didn't have money to do, but I had a dream, and I went after it. And 2 months away from being completely broke, completely bankrupt, I made some very tough decisions. I put fear aside, and I started getting resourceful. But the next thing, it didn't just end there. I made it through that little patch. But in 2009, I was at an all-time low. My financial practice was at a screeching halt. Nobody was investing money in 2009 because the markets were falling apart. I was down. I was depressed. Everything around me, it just seemed like everything I touched failed. And I just wanted to give up. I truly that's all I could think about is just quit. Just give up. This isn't worth it. And I was looking for one of those magical breakthrough moments. I was looking for that moment, that one opportunity to come across my desk that would change everything. But as it comes for most of us, that opportunity doesn't always just slap us in the face. You see, my opportunity came in the form of a phone call. I got a call from a broker, and I picked the phone up and I said, hello. And the broker said, hi, how are you? I said, well, I'm doing all right. I said, how are you doing? And in a very excited, upbeat tone, he said, I'm doing great. And I sat there and I'm thinking, what a bunch of bullshit. Who's excited right now? The whole market's crashing down, and this guy's going to tell me he's doing great. But then he brought me an opportunity for a 3-unit apartment building, downtown Buffalo. It was rent roll positive. It was fully occupied, and it was in an area that was going to boom. And this broker went on to keep telling about this deal. And I started thinking, man, this is that breakthrough moment I've been waiting for. This is that opportunity that I've been waiting for to bring me out of this rut. And I started running numbers, and everything looked great. But then I started asking myself those questions. What if I can't find the money? What if I lose a tenant? What if this area doesn't boom? What if, and I what if'd myself right out of that deal. And I just went back into my miserable existence, pushing paper, taking phone calls of people that were upset because the markets were going down and they were losing money, and just went right back into it. You see, I allowed fear of failure to stop me from an opportunity. Let's fast forward 3 years from that date. 3 years from that date, I was driving down in that area, and I remember I stopped and I looked at that building. And that building didn't look the same at all. That 3-unit apartment building had been completely transformed. Not just that building, that whole area had transformed. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm like, oh my gosh, it happened just like he said it was going to. So I rushed back home and I pulled my computer up and I started typing in it to try to figure out, like, what did I miss? What opportunity did I let go? And what I found about knocked me out of my chair. What I found is that $180,000 apartment building, because that's how much I could have bought it for, $180,000, would have been worth 3 years later over $400,000. Fast forward to today, that building would have been worth over $1 million. Heck, a big developer probably would have bought it, demolished it, and built something more. So I literally allowed fear to talk me out of over $1 million. So the point I'm trying to make is, are you going to let an opportunity pass you by because you're scared of failing? Well, the main thing that I've done since then is I've done a lot of things. I've gotten mentored. I've gotten coached. I've spent money on educating myself, and completely every single year I go into personal development. I read books. I spend money. I go to events. I join masterminds. But that's me. That's not you. You see, the thing you have to understand is that all successful people, every single one I met, from billionaires to millionaires to people that are on stages to the leaders, all of them have failed. Every single one of them have failed, maybe not just once, sometimes twice, sometimes more times than they can count. The thing you have to understand is that failure is necessary to succeed. Failure is a necessary step to get to success, because every single failure puts you one step closer to success. But there's a question you got to really ask yourself, a mindset that you need to put yourself in, and that is, are you ready to fail? Are you scared? Do you fear failure? Do you think that failure will destroy you? The only thing that can destroy you, the only way you can fail, is to quit. That's it. So stop being afraid like I was. Stop fearing failure and go for it. Because if you fail, oh well, you will learn more from that one failure than you will from any success you ever have. So go out there, chase your dreams, look for opportunity, and when opportunity presents itself, leap.